the way the apex court commented on environmental activists and activism. It is not only unfortunate, but also it is also against the constitutional directions and provisions that the citizen is also duty to protect environment. But here, the apex court, the Supreme Court Chief Justice, the way his comments also humiliated so-called activists. It is very derogatory word. It is not a civilized word. It is not expected from the Honorable Supreme Court judges. Secondly, why this is very serious? It has implication. People like us, people are thousands of people. When they approach the court in hope to get justice, when the apex court comments like this, it influences also the lower courts. So that is very, very dangerously. We feel that the lower courts, even high courts, will follow the apex court's comments. So nowhere people can get justice because we are going to court of law on the basis of law made by the parliament and also according to the constitutions. So far it is concerned. Article 51 AG, that is duty of any citizen. First, any activist, whether it is an environmental activist or an RT activist, whoever it may be, he is a first citizen. And I would like to say that every petitioner to the NGT or high courts or the Supreme Court is not an activist. A few activists are there who collects the information, fights the people, encourage the people, and also struggle in the field to fight against the unmindful mining which destroys the rivers, destroys the forests, and also at the cost of livelihood of the thousands, millions of people. So they are activists. But everybody that way goes to court, they are affected people, affected citizens, that they go to courts of law to get justice. So everybody is the petitioner of the Supreme Court, apex court, the Honorable Chief Justice said thousands of people that the petitions are there to against that development. Every development is not for people who can say. Many developments are destroys the livelihood of the common people. Never that is considered, but the governments are planning, governments are inviting the corporates. They are giving the leases. There are many laws also. Environmental laws, there is also forest rights law. There is a Gram Sabha. So all with violation of law, also the governments are bringing, many companies are giving allowing for mining or for industry, whatever it may be. And then the people are not ready to sacrifice their agricultural land. So these are related not only to environment, this environmental issue is related to life and livelihoods of millions of people. So everything cannot say that any project is a development. We may call it a construction or an industry or a project, but does not mean it is a development. Development means the people's development. mentally, educationally, livelihood system, everything. So that is why we are compelled to come here to speak before you, at least that our grievances, our concern, that we do not expect such comments from the highest apex court of the country, because it will affect also the lower courts. That is our humble submission before you. At least we demand also here that let the Honorable apex court clears that the way their comments are not judgeable and discriminatory wrong. Secondly, we fear also that any environmental activities and development, it is very, very undesirable comment. And I can say it is also that the constitutional right is being taken away. Right to life is there. When a project comes, it destroys the agricultural land, it destroys the forest, and once it is first destroyed means many water resources are destroyed, rivers are affected, many pollution takes place. Even the conditions that are laid for any project are not being fulfilled. That is why we are going to also court of law against the pollution. That it goes against the project also. It is a government project or a private company's project. So if anything will be restricted, even a best court will say these are anti-development, then whole doors are closed. In the interest of justice, interest of law, interest of the constitutional rights. So that is our submission, that there must be a freedom for all to approach the court of law on law and constitution, not beyond that. And rule of law must be supreme, and every citizen should be entitled to go to the court of law for any cause, whether it is environmental or livelihood system, what it may be. Thank you all.